She's still laughing.
That's so funny. Welcome to Five Lemons Left. We're the real stuff, the lemons making lemonade. So pucker up because we're going to be discussing our life's lessons and the nitty-gritty details of our spiritual journeys.
Hey y'all, I'm Amanda.
And I'm Drusilla.
I'm Melissa.
Hello, this is Morgan.
And I'm Penny. Welcome to our podcast today.
Welcome to the first episode of Five Lemons Laughing. Today, woo-hoo, I know.
Yeah.
Today, we're going to talk about why that we want to do a podcast and what the name Five Lemons Laughing mean to us. And Penny, I'll kick it over to you.
Oh my gosh. Thanks, Amanda.
You're welcome.
I am so excited to be here with all you beautiful ladies. My name's Penny, and wow, why did we decide to do this podcast together? Well, we've all been together in a program called Masterful Living with Reverend Jennifer Hadley. And we met in a mastery circle, and it has just been so transformational for all of us to connect, to share our innermost thoughts and deep desires of our heart. And so I believe it was Morgan that said, hey, we should be having a podcast. And then through a series of fortunate adventures, we're here. We are doing our podcast. And so the reason why I joined is because I just love our mastery circle. I really do. And I love how we just all really gelled and connected, and we could be real with each other. And, so we're here, we're doing it. We're having fun. We're going to share about our spiritual journey, our growth opportunities, our do-overs, all of our amazing journey that we're having. And we trust that as we share, it will inspire each other and all of you to live your very best life. And so that's what I've got. What about you, Melissa?
For 1 second, Melissa, before you start, I just want to clarify someone for people that don't know us and don't know Jennifer's programs. You said Mastery Circle. So we are all part of a program called Masterful Living. It's a year-long program with, like Penny said, with Jennifer Hadley. And we have a weekly meeting with a small group of people that we're all involved in. And that is called a Mastery Circle. So I just wanted to clarify to make sure we were all up on the same page.
Awesome. Thank you, Amanda.
Yeah.
I will remember to talk in terms that people understand or give definitions going forward.
Yeah, no problem. So Melissa, sorry to interrupt you.
Oh, that's fine. So I just want to quickly say that we all decided to come together because we wanted a place to be able to share our authentic conversations that we have. And some of us don't get that in life and other places. And so I know over the years, I've always come to our mastery circles, our calls together, because it just feeds my soul. And I get to not only be authentic, but listen to other women who are being authentic and sharing themselves with me. And I mean, that's priceless. It really is. And there's just something about us not having, I think Amanda and Morgan have met, but the rest of us have never met in person. And the support and the love, the encouragement, the spirituality, everything that I feel from everyone here takes me through my day and my week and my years. And it's just really a special group. And we're here to share that authenticity with everyone. That's all I got. How about you, Drusilla?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I really thought when the discussion came up about doing the podcast that for the first time, I thought, well, yes, it just seems so perfect because for all the reasons that you all said, I just really feel like it would benefit um, anyone who might be listening, if not for specific ways of, living the Course in Miracles or being more grounded and centered. I really also think that it would help them to understand what we mean when we say we're being authentic and non-judging with each other, as we talk, as we listen and hold space for each other. And I think that's really important because, like you said, Melissa, I think um, a lot of us have gone through years, all of our lives, probably not having that space and not having that support. So yeah, I think it's just a perfect opportunity to share that with everyone.
And I just wanted to jump in and add to Drusilla, you mentioned A Course in Miracles. And so Jennifer Hadley's teachings are all based on the Foundation for Inner Peace's book. I guess it's called book, A Course in Miracles. And so that's what actually really brought us all together is the desire to dig a little deeper and cultivate our connection even higher and deeper to our higher selves. And so you mentioned that, Drusilla, and I totally forgot about that. So that's awesome. Yeah. So I just wanted to jump in and let everybody know.
Thank you. So Morgan, what about you?
Yeah, well, everything that you all have said, I share those same sentiments. For me, it's about bringing a sense of spiritual community to people who may feel a lack in that area, like I felt before coming into this community. I felt that, living in the deep South, there was no one really that I could talk to about A Course in Miracles, about my spiritual path, because it's not really mainstream Christianity. I don't even know that it would fall under the umbrella of Christianity, even though it is a teaching of Jesus and there's much about Christ in the Course in Miracles. So anyway, just having this outlet, having this community, having you, whom I now count among my dearest, closest, most trusted friends,
Oh,
has been just so profound and so healing for me. And so, for people who may not get to have these spiritual conversations from week to week, just having a place where at least they can listen. I don't know. That was sort of part of my inspiration. And also, I think that, we've already talked a lot about masterful living and mastery circles. One major component of these small groups, these mastery circles, is the credo, which is the code of conduct for how we behave, I guess, in these small groups. And it's just been so profound to learn the power of deep listening, holding space of non-judgment and compassion, holding the perfection for everyone, which is a teaching of A Course in Miracles, and I think in the Christian church as well, just trusting that everything is happening perfectly, unfolding perfectly, even if it doesn't feel perfect. And so there's one line in the credo that says, we hold a sacred space for each other, which is the active practice of knowing the truth for others when they might not be able to see it for themselves, which is really a profound and powerful practice. And it's not spiritual bypassing. It's not diminishing what they're experiencing or what they're feeling. It's taking place in the invisible. But there is power in coming together, two or more people, for the same purpose, the same goal of our expansion, of our awakening. And we just get I feel like we just make so much more progress together than we do trying to do this path on our own. So yeah, that's my rambling, long-winded answer. And I'm going to circle it back to you, Amanda. Let's hear what you have to say. Oh, I see Melissa waving. What you got, Melissa?
Well, I just want to invite everyone out there to feel like you're here with us. And I just really think that we have limited possibilities to come together on a very deep level in the world. And I'd love to invite everyone to feel like you're here with us and feel like you're sharing with the topic and sharing the fact that we honor you and we love you and we hold space for you, and act as if you're here and take what you like and leave the rest.
Melissa, that's beautiful. That is a wonderful invitation. Thank you for putting that out there. Yeah. So why I wanted to do the podcast, I never thought about doing a podcast before until it was brought up, until in our group, until Morgan brought it up. And I have always, not always, but in the last 8 to 10 years, I'm really working on trusting my intuition. And I believe that I'm being led and guided to do things, to experience things, to say things. And over the past 3 years, being in the Masterful Living program, I've really come to know that I want to use my voice to bring joy to the world. I want to use my voice to share unconditional love. And as I have worked on all of the reasons that life has taught me, or I've learned that using my voice wasn't safe, or it was inappropriate, my conversations were inappropriate, or I was afraid of looking stupid or sounding stupid, or all of those blocks that I had that made me nervous around really speaking my truth, around really letting my internal light shine, like taking the basket off, dusting off the light bulb. So I really just, my soul shines. And I've felt so comfortable with you ladies, and also through the process, that it's one of those steps that just, when it was presented to me, it was like, yes, I will do that. I think God, or whatever you call it, the universe, unconditional love, like, I think it messes with me sometimes because it won't show me the big plan, because I would go, and no, thank you. Right. So I only get small little bits at a time. And the next thing you know, we're sitting, on Zoom doing a podcast. Right. So I think it's funny how it works out. I love it. It's developing trust and faith, and it is being comfortable enough with myself to actually speak my truth. And Drusilla, you mentioned in your talk about showing up authentically. And to me, it's just time for me to be myself, to be the same in every situation. I have a habit of people pleasing and adjusting to fit people around me. And it's not that I'm done with that. And it doesn't mean being rude or asserting myself. It just is a letting go of a layer of BS. It's just letting go of that, letting my personal light shine, and then sharing that. And Melissa, and inviting others, just to whoever's listening, to feel the unconditional love and the non-judgment. And that's huge. Stop judging myself, and that helps me not judge others.
Yeah, I think that our theme song should be for our podcast. This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm going to let it
You have a
shine.
history with that song, right, Penny?
Oh, I love that song. Yes. What do you mean a history? Like I call myself Shiny Copper Penny or what?
So who wants to tackle the discussion about five lemons laughing? How did we come up with that? Who remembers?
Well, okay, so it started out, we were going to be laughing naked.
Mhm.
And then there was somebody else had to have that podcast already.
Sending them all kinds of love and success on their
Yes,
journey.
of
Yes.
course.
Yeah,
Yes.
we'll
Yeah.
have to link their podcast to
Yeah.
our.
They're a little racy for us.
Yeah.
But we wanted to maintain the fact that we like to have fun. We like to get silly and laugh. And that this doesn't have to be super serious, right? So we were thinking about lemonade, making lemonade out of lemons, and then we were like, well, we're the actual lemons that are making the lemonade. And so we decided that we would be the five lemons laughing, because we want to have fun with this and we want to enjoy this. And like this quote I have, I choose to make this fun and easy. And it's just a declaration, like, let's do it. And we're the ones, like, we're the lemons, we're the actual authentic people making the lemonade.
Right. Well, and that was the other thing. The naked, laughing naked represented that authenticity. And so that's sort of how the lemons fill in that space of being organic, natural, real. So yeah.
A little bit tart.
Yeah.
Fuck her up.
A little sour at times.
A little sour.
Sour, a little sweet if you want to be. Mhm. Yeah, and then the five of us, and we are one as a collective in our purpose to show up authentically. And also, we are individuals here that are choosing this path. So that's the amazing thing, that we've each made a commitment to. For me, I'll speak myself and you guys can say what you've made a commitment to, but my journey is to be unconditional love. My journey is to allow joy to permeate every cell of my being and have that affect the whole world. Mhm. So that's all I want to do. It's just raise the vibration of the planet. That's my purpose. Yeah.
Thank you
Beautiful.
so well, Amanda.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, so for me, I feel like I've always kind of felt like the light, but it wasn't until I got to Masterful Living that I really truly understood what being the light really meant, which is exactly what you just explained, Amanda. Showing up not to take something away from the world, but to give and to, be that safe place, be that presence of perfection and excellence in everything. And so yeah, I pledge and I commit to that as a part of this podcast and a part of reaching the world to be the light. Yeah, certainly.
I think another valuable component of this podcast, well, and also of our mastery circle, and of masterful living, is learning a different way to be in the world. So that's another benefit that this podcast can bring, is to demonstrate another way of engaging with other people, not adding to the drama, rising above the battleground. As I said earlier, seeing the perfection in the situation, not offering unsolicited advice, more of those things from the credo, active, compassionate listening, not multitasking. Like, these are really not the normal ways that people in the world are operating. They're not the normal ways that I was operating, before learning these. It seems basic and obvious now, but anyway, I think that's another potential benefit that the podcast could bring.
I I feel like I've lived a lot of years in fear and challenging. I've made it challenging for myself because I have lived in fear. And I feel the first time ever in the last couple years, I have a deep sense of peace. And when I don't have it, I have tools now to get it back. And I also feel like there's probably millions of people out there who feel the way I felt. And I still feel that way. I mean, we're all a work in progress, but I want to share what works for me and the progress I've made. I mean, I um I am on Facebook with grade school friends. And some of my grade school friends, they're a little short with me because I was a bully. And we had a really little class of 30 people. Um, and I definitely was a class bully. And I'm definitely not that now. I've come a long way, but it still is painful when I interact with them and they're short with me because I feel like they don't trust me, or maybe don't even like me, because I hurt them in the past. So, and we know hurt people hurt people. So these kind of things I'm trying to grow away from and grow up from, and give back. Like, uh, give back to other people how I have come so far. So that's my pledge. And that's my promise.
Melissa, would you be willing to share one of the tools? You mentioned having some tools that you work
Yeah.
with.
Well, I meditate a lot. I never used to, but I meditate a lot. And when I started in Masterful Living, I was really kind of Christian oriented. And I've grown away from that. I'm just it's more of a universal oneness for me and goodness. And I think the other thing is to really, I had to practice loving and accepting others before I could love and accept myself. And most people teach it the other way around, but I really, I just felt so um, broken, I guess, or troubled that I couldn't, no matter what I did, I couldn't make myself love myself. And so when I started really blessing, in my mind, blessing people on the street and just accepting people in my life and that I ran by, um, just accepting who they are and where they are, I developed so much more compassion for myself. And so that's how it worked for me. And so I do a lot of blessing people. I really try not to, I really watch my judgment. Um, and I try not to react, and I just try to accept everyone where they are, and it's very hard. It's not easy, but it takes a lot of practice, but I am definitely reaping the rewards for sure.
That's amazing. And also in the podcast, we'll be talking about all kinds of tools. This is just episode 1.
Yes.
So lots of fun stuff coming
Yeah.
up.
So for me, I'll chime in on
Yeah.
what my declaration, intention, aspiration, goal for this podcast is. And for this year, or 2023, as we're about to embark on 2023, I have realized that surrender is what I am going to embrace because when I think I've been on this journey for a long time, like all of you have mentioned, we all have been on this journey. We're seekers. um, I came in with a deep desire to really love and accept myself and have compassion for myself. And so I'm getting better at that. I'm not perfect. I'm getting better. It's evolving, thank God. I'm not taking out the whip and beating myself as much. Um, and so I just It just came to me like maybe a week ago that it's all about surrender now, just surrendering to what is. And I love Michael Singer's book, The Surrender Experiment. And he just surrendered to everything that was coming his way and didn't judge it, well, I think he might have fighted it a little bit. Fighted it. That's a new word for you
It
guys.
is,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
It's okay.
He might have fought a little bit, but then he realized it was just, there was, they say that the plan for us is bigger than we can even imagine if we just allow and go with the flow. And that's what I got from that book is he just allowed and went with the flow. So for me, it's just, I'm going to do my own surrender experiment in 2023. And just go with where I am directed to go by my higher power. And so that's my commitment. And of course, I'm all about shining lights into the darkness. And so we're all going to have 5 beacon spotlights out there, shining it into the dark crevices of the world. And that's just awesome. Together as a collective, we're going to raise that vibration. And it's beautiful. Happy to be here.
Me too. Thank you. Thank you. Any final thoughts before Morgan does announcements? All right, Morgan, take it away.
Okay, I will. So, if you would like to know more about Masterful Living or about Jennifer Hadley's other offerings, then we will link those on our website, which you can find at 5lemonslaughing.com. And 5 is spelled out FIVE, lemonslaughing.com. And you can find us on Instagram and Facebook as well. So we'll link all of those on our website. So find us, engage with us, let us know how we can involve you more in this podcast, and submit topic suggestions or questions for clarification, whatever you like. We're here with you. We go together. So, all right, that's all I have.
Thank you guys. Bye. Love
Bye,
you.
thanks.
Awesome. Have a really great rest of your day, everyone.